Okay, let's find another one. Those were two pretty bad battles on my part. Hopefully I can get my head together. Like I said, guys, I designed this team for stuff like this. See, this core right here is what I designed this team for, is to deal with the Charizard Weavile core. So that's good that I'm going up against it. Hopefully I can see if it like actually works the way I want it to. Really whatever he leads off with. I think Silvally is my best lead. So he leads off with the monster itself. The monster that has no switch-ins. Honestly, my best switch-in is already right here on the field. So, I will just weaken it a little bit. So he goes for Surf. So he seems to be a more defensive variant, which is good to know. I don't know what he's doing. But I will just keep multi-attacking as long as I can weaken this thing a little bit. I mean, honestly, now that I know what type of variant he is, I'll just go out into Raikou. Yeah, I don't know what this is. And I will just go for a Volt Switch here. If he goes into Raikou, or if he goes into Jolteon, I have a good counter to it in Gigalith. Unfortunately, I have no electric immunity on this team. I like having an electric immunity on every team that I make. But sometimes you just can't. Like if I ran Hippowdon instead of Gigalith, I would be 2-hit KO'd by a Charizard. And Latias is not an actual counter to Charizard, unfortunately. It should be, but it is not. So I will just go into Latias, as he predicts that immaculately and goes for the Shadow Ball. That is not good. Assuming he's going to stay in, I will just go into Gigalith, which takes literally nothing from that. And I don't want his Espeon to come in. So I will just go for a Stone Edge in case he decides to go out into that. I don't know what type of player he is, how he's going to play his Espeon as he goes into Arachnid, and that is dead. Which is great. And this kind of walls his entire team. Walls his entire team very well. So he goes into Charizard. Which means I have to sack something. That's pretty much how this tier works. Luckily he goes for Solar Beam, and he's probably just going to go out into Weavile anyway. I could predict that, or I could just go for a Draco and weaken it. Weaken whatever comes out. I don't really care. And I don't know if he wants to go into his Espeon. He doesn't seem to want to. So I will try to get up rocks. As he goes for Solar Beam. Which I am perfectly fine with. Since he is going for his Solar Beam, I can go into this now. And honestly, you know, I have confidence in you, Breloom. Mach Punch will knock this out. I know it. It has to. Nice. Now, if he goes into his Weavile, I really hope he goes into his Weavile here. Because that would be great. So I can show you why I put Mach Punch in this set. Come on, go into Weavile. Damn it. Okay. He goes into Espeon. Which is kind of just setup fodder for Jirachi. Yeah. Sorry I'm skipping turns. I shouldn't be skipping turns. I'm sorry. I apologize. And Jirachi can kind of stall his entire team out, as he has Shadow Ball. For whatever reason. Well, that's not good. Definitely was not expecting the Shadow Ball. But, you know, happens. Happens sometimes. So I will just go into Gigalith, which again kind of just walls his entire team. And I'll just fire off an Earthquake. Hits everything hard. If he goes into Aggron trying to avoid the Stone Edge, he will take a lot of damage from it. So he stays in, and he is dead. Spadef Gigalith is so bulky. I'm so glad that they gave this Sandstream. It's such a good mon now. I totally see this being in UU or higher. So he goes into Aggron, which I'm assuming is probably banded. And is probably going to kill me. I will just sack my Jirachi. Okay, he is not he has leftovers. Well, that is good to know. I can live anything with that then. I'll just go for Fire Punch and potentially burn him, as I do not. And I will just go into Gigalith. I have to weaken this so that I can kill it with Mach Punch. If he flinches me with Iron Head, then I might just be done. Okay. So that weakened him enough where I should be able to just clean up with Mach Punch. And I'm actually... I should have saved that. Shit. That was not a good play. And I will just go for Mach Punch here. I am debating going for... Actually, no. Going for a Bullet Seed isn't the way to go, because Jolteon would still outspeed me. So he goes into Weavile. It's time. It's time. Yeah, you think you're going to Ice Shard me? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Get out. Go away. Get that broken Mon out of here. And Mach Punch is again the play. He outspeeds me anyway, and goes for the Signal Beam. He does not have HP Ice, apparently, and that's going to be GG. Nice. We won a game, and the Scarf Breloom putting in the finest of work. Why I put it on the team, specifically for that scenario right there. This guy has a Mono Grass team. I don't like playing Mono teams, because I have nothing that beats Mono teams. Actually, Jirachi kind of just 6-0s him. I'm just going to lead off with it. He leads off with Meganium. He's probably just going to Leech Seed or something. I outspeed him no matter what, and I can just set up a sub. And probably just stall out his entire team. Like I said, I'm low on the ladder. I don't even know what rank I am. I've probably played like 2 games. Yeah, I'm really, really, really low on the ladder. I've just mostly been messing around with this. So he goes and does the Decidueye. I really don't care, and I miss my Toxic. Please land this time. It'd be very much appreciated. So he goes for Spirit Shackle, and he is Life Orb. It's fine. Really, as long as he's not Z-move, I really don't care. And once the Decidueye is out of the way, I feel like Jirachi can just 6-0 his team. Like, I just sub up and win versus everything. He's most likely faster if he is running Life Orb, so I can afford to go for my parting shot. I'm sorry, I had to. I'll just go into this and drop Psyshock. Yeah, this isn't going to be a very competitive game, I don't think. I mean, I guess if it's like a Rock Polish Torterra, it could still destroy me. And like, what are you going to do? I don't care what you want to do. I'm stalling out your Reflect, so who cares? Yeah, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. So he goes into Sceptile. I mean, it's still going to take a bit of damage, yeah. And what do you have for me? Like a... Like, what do you have for me? Outrage? That's interesting. Wait, why did that do less now? Reflect wore off, Psyshock did... does Light Screen still work on Psyshock even though it's defense? That's interesting. But now I can just go into this and I think at this point I'll just go for a Fire Punch. He is locked into Outrage. Or does he? He probably couldn't even have anything that could break my sub. Maybe an Earthquake? He has a good chance of getting confused as well, so I'll just go for Fire Punch here. Everything's hit hard. Yeah, Decidueye comes out, and that'll probably die. Yep, he's dead. And I think Jirachi just wins at this point. Superior comes out. I don't care. HP Fire doesn't even break the sub. That's pretty funny. Yeah, he forfeits. Okay, that was not a very competitive battle. Let's find another one. That was what, a 9-minute battle? Alright, this guy's got a kind of semi-stall-ish team with 2 Magic Bounce users. 3 magic bounce users if any of these are legal. I don't think Mega Absol is legal. As always with this team, it seems as though Raikou is my best lead. Raikou has a very good chance of sweeping him, actually. As soon as I weaken Blissey, he pretty much just loses. Subtoxic Jirachi can put in a lot of work as well. I just have to be careful of this Conkeldurr. He leads off with Sableye as expected. Will always seem to lead off with their Sableye. I will just full switch, as he has Calm Minds. This is very strange. If he's like Calm Mind Will-O-Wisp, then that's actually really annoying. Probably is Calm Mind Will-O-Wisp. I mean, what are you gonna do? Please don't have Taunt. If he's like Calm Mind, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Dark Pulse, that would just 6-0 my team. But luckily he does not have Taunt, which means we are good. I'll actually just go for the Stealth Rocks here. Nobody ever switches into their Espeon for some reason. Yeah, that did absolutely nothing. And I'll just EQ here. Toxic will eventually wear him down. So he goes into Blissey. I'm good with that, good sir. I'll just go into Jirachi. Jirachi does not care. Sableye, whatever, is cured of his poison. I really don't care. I will go for a sub here. So he goes into Empoleon, which is fine. If I can get a burn on him with Fire Punch, that would be great. He might not even be able to break my subs with Scald, honestly. And if I can get a burn on him, I can probably just 1v1 him. Unfortunately, the burn nerf does hurt this set a lot. So I do get a crit and a burn. That is great. Do not mind that at all. I will Parting Shot out of here. So he's probably going for Scald or a Flash Cannon. And I cannot risk him burning my Breloom. Breloom does very well against his team. So I will just go into Raikou, I guess. Raikou doesn't really care. So he goes for Defog. Perfectly okay with that. I'll just Thunderbolt here in case he decides to stay in. A lot of people like staying in with their Empoleon, thinking it's invincible. And either way, that gives me more damage on Blissey. As he's probably just going to Soft Boil it up here. I expect him to Soft Boil it, or Wish, yeah. Now, he has a few things that could take this, but he doesn't have anything that can take it that well. And if I was a Swords Dance variant right now, he would just die. Alright, can I get 3 hits? I do not. Now, 3 hits is the average. Please, just get 3 hits this time, please. Yes, thank you. Okay, I needed that. I definitely needed that. 3 hits is the average, so it's not like I was hoping for hacks or anything. Sableye comes in. This thing is annoying. So he has Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind, Shadow Ball, probably Taunt. I feel like Taunt would definitely be his last move. I'm going to Calm Mind up beside him and see what he wants to do. I'm going to Calm Mind once, and if he doesn't taunt me before I Calm Mind once, then I will just go straight for Thunderbolt. Because I feel like if he has it, he will use it now. Now would be the time that he would taunt. If I was him, that's what I would do at least. Alright, he has Recover. Oh, Recover, of course, would be his last move. And he's not going to beat me 1v1. So if he wants to give me a chance to potentially sweep his entire team, including Blissey, then I'm fine with that. I will go straight for +6 if I have to. Like, I don't care. The burn nerf, I don't care about this set. And I am 1 boost ahead of him as well. So, if he wants to let me 6-0 his team, I am perfectly okay with that. Basically, if he crits me, then I might lose. That's about it. So, yeah. I don't really care, man. Eventually, I'll get a crit on you. and you're doing absolutely nothing to me. So hopefully I can just get a crit or a para. Either one would be good. The odds are definitely in my favor here. And I also have more Thunderbolts than he has recovers, because I do have pressure, so I don't know what he's trying to do here. If I could get a crit or a para, though, that would speed this up a lot. That's why I'm skipping turns, because the odds are extremely in my favor right now. He still could win, yes, but the odds are definitely in my favor. So, could I please just get a crit or a para? Please. That would be fantastic if I could, but no. Apparently, the game just does not like me. Thank you. Okay, it's about time. Now, because of how long it took me for me to get that crit, Conkeldurr might be able to just take me out with a Mach Punch. Actually, it's a roll. But do I want to risk it is the question. Yes. Okay. As he gets the roll, which is great. I love it. It's a good time. I'll just click Psyshock here, I guess. Yeah, that was really lame. I didn't get a single para, and it took me forever to get a crit. I used, I think, like 10 Thunderbolts, which was like a really good chance to get a crit, and also a really good chance to get a para. Either one of those would have been great. So Empoleon comes out, but now that his Espeon is gone, I might just be able to 1v1 him with Jirachi as well. Since he is getting his rocks up, I will get my own rocks up. So basically, if he has to defog, then he's defogging his own rocks away as well. And I'm pretty much just sacking my Gigalith right here. It's burnt, and I just need a free switch into something. If I can weaken this a little bit, Mach Punch has a good chance of sweeping him. I'm not sure how much it does to Blissey, so he gets a crit on me. Which, if that doesn't allow me to get an Earthquake off, then that mattered. Yep, okay, that crit was not cool. So now, I don't think Breloom is actually going to be able to KO it with a Mach Punch. Nope. So, that crit mattered a huge amount. This guy's getting all the crits that matter. So now I have to let my Latios get more weakened in order to weaken this enough for Mach Punch to kill it. But Mach Punch should be able to take out a Blissey. Yeah, even if it's bold, it still doesn't quite do enough, but after rocks, it'll be close. Yeah, if I could have got that Earthquake damage off, I could have just went right out into Breloom. So I definitely don't appreciate that. So I might just have to stall him a little bit here. He doesn't have leftovers recovery, so I will win this 1v1. And I really don't care how long it takes. He might go out into his Absol at some point, predicting me to roost. That's what I would do at least, but does not seem to want to. Which is fine. As Absol does come out. And I cannot let him Swords Dance up. But either way, I don't think Silvally cares. Even if he does Swords Dance. So, he might just Pursuit me. As well, which I really don't care about. Pursuit would be a very ballsy play. He's probably just going to go for Sucker Punch. Okay, Mega Absol is available. I don't like that. I'll just go for a multi-attack here. I don't think it can really carry anything that can actually kill me. I don't think Absol learns Poison Jab, does it? So he goes into Conkeldurr for some reason. And now I think I can just sweep him with Mach Punch. I outspeed him, so Poison Jab won't be able to hit me. Which is great. And depending on how much multi-attack does. Multi-attack does 25. That's not enough. I think I'm going to go into Jirachi and set up a sub. And this might get a little stally here at the end. Because I need to let my Breloom come in when Blissey is weakened. It'll have to be at like 50% or lower. So I'm just going to have to pull this number and hope that I can flinch him a couple times. It'll flinch him once. Can I flinch him again? If I can flinch him again, then I think it might be GG. Yep. Alright, nice. So at this point, I think I just win. Sorry for skipping turns. When it's really stally, I just tend to skip turns. So Mega Absol comes out, and I will just Iron Head this. So it cannot SD up. And Breloom can just click Mach Punch. I mean, I honestly, you know what, I'm just gonna, I want to show off that I'm Scarfed just to make him mad. So I'll go for Bolt Seed. Just so he knows that I'm Scarfed. And that is GG. So, I guess he was predicting the Scarf, wasn't he? Actually, how long has this been going on? It's 22 minutes. I will actually end this video here and move on to the next one. See how this goes.